Hey you guys, I wanted to send you, as I mentioned, a little narrative video, just a little bit of coaching, since this will be your first weekend, weather pending, being able to take Sailor out on the remote collar. And I wanted to just give you a few reminders, just something that you can look at and check in with this video before you head out, just to make sure that everybody's head is in the game. So as you've seen, after the 4 days of camp, Sailor's response to the remote collar and her response even just to the word come is tremendous. So I couldn't be more delighted about that, but I want to remind you that in these early stages, she hasn't developed really in-depth habit yet. She's developed fantastic response and compliance, but that is not the same as habit. So that means that when you're working her at lower distraction experiences, like walking down the street or being out and about in your yard or so on and so forth, she's going to have better compliance. When you jump her to an island where you're able to just let her off leash and it's a wide open beach, that is obviously a much higher level of excitement. So her compliance is likely to slip at that higher level of excitement until you've had enough time to really work her at the lower levels, right? I think we talked about this, that when we're teaching a sport, and in this case, consider compliance, consider recall a sport, we always start with, we teach the fundamentals, we teach the fundamentals, we teach the fundamentals. Well, check, I did that with her, she's got it. Then we start putting them together and we practice in our gym. We practice, we run drills, then we scrimmage, we scrimmage. We don't go to game time until we feel like we've really got the fundamentals, the drills, and the scrimmage down, right? Now, that doesn't mean you can't go ahead and see how it goes. Take her to an island, let her off leash, and let's see what happens. She may perform beautifully. I urge you, though, do not become complacent in these early weeks, assuming that she is good to go. There's gonna be something that gets her so jacked up that you're gonna be wondering what happened. And then you're gonna be tempted to turn the numbers up really high and all of that. Don't do that. You wanna stay, she is at, I think she was at an 8, right? So if you end up at a beach and she's gone off and she's not responding, you have 2 choices. You can hit the boost button, which takes her up to a 13. Or before you hit the boost, you can turn her up to a 10, see if she responds to that. You've got 2 ways to turn it up. You can turn it on the knob and be turning it, and if she doesn't respond, then you can boost her. She's at a 10, then you boost her to 15. It's gonna be a matter of experimentation, and experimentation will probably be necessary when you have different situations. So I want you to experiment, but because she's at a working level of an 8, that means to me that no matter what happened, I probably would never need to change her working level to more than maybe a 15. That's speculation. But if you find yourself turning it up and you get to 20, call me because something's not working right, okay? All right, so let's go back to it. You are working her, she's got a leash or the long line or whatever, she's dragging it, and you're working her on the street and in the neighborhood, and everything's going great, Now you're gonna step her up to more excitement. Maybe not boating to a beach, but maybe a beach nearby. Or maybe over where the boat hangar is. That's another place since it's safe. When you add excitement, you want to call her back for a check-in fairly frequently when you first hit the scene. You remember in the video where I was walking to the beach with her, she was out ahead of me, and I would call her back for a quick check-in. She comes back, good girl, and I let her go. She comes back, good girl, I let her go. So I might do that every 30 seconds or so, just to make sure that her brain doesn't skyrocket to crazy excitement, that I keep interrupting her excitement and saying, come back in here, high five, good girl. You'll get a feel for how often you need to do that. So again, experiment. And if you have a giant fenced area like you do, where the boat is stored, then all the better, because you can add excitement and safety at the same time. But you use recall at a short distance repeatedly when you first enter the scene. What you're basically saying, it's like you're having a conversation with a small child. You're checking in. Things are about to get exciting. I need you to be connected in some way to me, okay? So, practice, practice, practice around the hood. Practice in familiar areas. Let her go as far as you feel comfortable and then bring her back to you. When in doubt, change direction. If she seems like she's not paying attention, walk away. She will come to you. It is always great to give her a quick, good girl. But don't get into any crazy, you're such a good girl. Oh my God. The more you talk, the more excited she gets. And remember, our goal is to regulate and moderate her excitement. So, all right. I hope that this helps. I think you remember all the things that the black and red are the only two you're using right now, these two that are together. The black is her regular, the red is her boost. It's already set on 5. You're not going to use vibrate for the foreseeable future. The on-off button, you hold it down until it comes on. You hold it down until it comes off. And this dial, you push down to lock and you push down to unlock. All right, hit me up anytime with questions. Over and out. Have fun.